What a difference a week makes, huh? This is where Barbara and I get the boat in the ice. Last week it was as far as we could go. There's a couple of loons. Yeah, and even just Friday I was pushing through ice here like crazy. I mean, I could move it, but I was scared of holing up my boat. But yeah, this is much better. Well, let's try to get to Tartan Rapids, and I'm going to try some unconventional cooking methods for something I normally microwave when I'm working on the road. Just want to try it out. Give those loons lots of berth. Here's our lunch spot. Now, maybe once we're by ourselves up here, I'll take you upstream here after lunch. It's super crystal clear. Up to the rapids, there's a fella having his lunch up there, so I'm going to let him enjoy his space. The old rubber duck. And yours truly. So I've seen bears here and lots of bear sign, and the last bear I saw here was actually a mother with a cub. So I've got the shotgun with me, but I also have rubber rounds as well as slugs. I don't bother with buckshot. Either use something less lethal to scare it away, or if it requires and warrants the use of lethal force, use it. Don't use something in between. I mean, unless you're point blank with buckshot, but then if you're point blank with a slug, it's going to do a lot more effective work, we'll say. Anyways, here's our spot. It's pretty. I'm going to get some lunch set up here. So on the menu for today is one of my favorite things I eat when I'm on the road if there's microwaves in the hotel. But I'm going to treat it like an IMP or kind of like an MRE here today. I'm going to just put this in the water and let it warm itself up. Just boil it in foil. So the steam coming out of there, I'm going to chuck that in and then we'll let that do its thing. And there we go. Just put a little slit in the top so it doesn't blow up everywhere. So if you notice that haze or smokiness, yeah, forest fires in Alberta. So this is pretty much the only open water around Yellowknife. Not in the territory, because down Fort Smith where I was at there 2 weeks ago, week and a half, yeah, that opened up. Breakup was just finishing up when I was there that week. So otherwise it's pretty much all locked in still and frozen. It's all candling now, but you still can't get a boat in just about anywhere except here. So yeah. Fire and ice. And there we go. Had her opened up so it wouldn't blow up in my face. And once the bag was poofed up in the bush pot there for a couple of minutes, all I did was let her go for a little bit until it was hot all the way through. It's good to go. There goes the fellow with the little square back canoe that was up at the rapids. It's probably got like a 5-horse on it or something like that. And that's just about the perfect Yellowknife river boat, honestly. One of those or an inflatable. Jet boat's great if you can afford it. Well, that rice was outstanding. So even if you're not going to cook it in the bush, this Bistro Express stuff, perfect in 2 minutes. No junk in it according to that. Oh, that's just so buttery delicious. Although it doesn't actually have butter in it, so check all that stuff out. Apparently I'm lactose intolerant, so with these things, I'm good to go. What else have we got in the bag here today? Got an empty holster for bear spray, that's encouraging. I'm gonna dig out my spray at home. Now that spring's here. Got my binos, maybe I'll check out some birds and some wildlife. And my regular rucksack. Got some dry clothes, some iced tea. Got my bush cup. The nice thing is cooking your food this way, you get all this hot water left over. And it should be safe to drink. The expiry date didn't wash off the bag, so I'm guessing it's probably good to go. So I'm gonna make myself some coffee and just relax here for a bit, and then I'll take you guys up to the rapids. You guys hear the loons? They're crazy, but they're born that way. I still got some sourdough left from the Yukon. It's not green yet, so I'm going to eat it. Mmm. Nice and strong. Well, before we head upstream and pack up here, quick little update. So there's gunshots coming from down there. Could be folks duck hunting, depending what their lineage is. We'll say they are more than entitled to still hunt this time of year, as long as you're outside of city limits and outside the 1,500 meter no shooting corridor on either side of the Ingram Trail for like the first 35 or 45k, whatever it is, and you're doing it safely still, then yeah, that's all right. So that's going on down there. The wind's coming from this way, and I just got quite the whiff of bear or fox, but usually you don't get fox all of a sudden unless the wind changes. And there's definitely some thick trail up here, and there's an old fire pit that I'm sure has had leftover goodies there over and over again. So I'm going to take a quick peek. Just make sure my campsite's secure. I got one slice of bread left. We'll pack up and go up the river again. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. I don't see or smell nothing close enough to be a worry, so I'm going to finish my chow here and then we'll press on. And speaking of shooting, this is interesting. I found this next to my boat. Looked down, saw some rusty cartridges here, and right away it looked like 9mm, but you never know till you check the head stamp on it. And it's 9mm Luger. I don't know if there's any carbines that are chambered in 9mm Luger too much here in Canada. It looks like surplus too, because it's all rusty. It's steel, it's not brass. If it is somebody shooting a pistol here, it wouldn't be the first time I've heard about people doing that in the bush, even though that's illegal here in Canada, unless you're authorized to carry for work. The only place you're allowed to discharge one of those is at a certified range, so interesting. It's the north for you. Got an eagle flying around here. And it sounds like it's chatting with another one. Don't know if you can see that. See if I can catch him coming out of the trees here. Yeah. Just gonna check out that eyrie. Oh yeah. How cool is that, huh? Must have been out fishing. The eagle has landed. Well, I'm definitely going to give them some room then. Well, get everything stowed. So, let's shove off, head up that way, and then we'll go for a little scoot. Alright, so I was just out here in the lake, or I should say lake, the river, but it's a super deep spot here. Just warming up the motor because you don't want to go messing around in current with something that's going to die on you. So, motor's warmed up, tiller's nice and loose so I can move it around. And you can see our lunch spot is right there. That's where we just were. Stand up and get a better view here. So you can see how deep this is. It is a pretty spot. So apparently the whitefish fishing is good here by times. I'm sure like anything else on the other side of the rapids there, pikes everywhere up here. Or jackfish, whatever you want to call them. Snot rockets. Yeah, there's our spot. And you can start to see a little bit of telltales on the surface here saying where the rocks are. There's another gunshot. And at idle we're barely moving, so there's a little bit of current here. It's quite the hole here, but it gets shallow on that side. On the south. Alright, well, let's give her some welly. Still barely moving. You can see the bottom right on this floor down. Try to get up here without banging into anything. You can see there's a rock there. All this algae stuff growing on the bottom. Looks like white fiberglass insulation when you see it up close drifting around. And we're coming up into the rapids here. Off the starboard side. It's nice being able to stand up on the deck like this. The tiller handle comes up so I can get a really good view and see stuff like that before it's too late. Well, that's probably far enough down that I wouldn't. Well, we're not in shallow drive right now, so I probably might have banged into that. And it gets deep. There's still a couple big boulders here, but it gets deep. So there's a couple here. That one's down low. Pretty low. So that little hill right there full of poplar and birch. That's where Barbara and I saw the mama bear with her cub there last fall when we were berry picking. Check this out. It is gorgeous here. Cut the throttle a bit. And we'll just play in the current here. Just kind of ferry across. Nose into it. So I'm at idle and I'm just barely making forward progress. If I look at the shore here. Kind of cool. And we'll ferry back over this way. Get a little view of the rapids. I'm looking where I'm going. You guys can look at that. Alright. So there's a little island people usually hang out on. Definitely a noticeable temperature difference here. So I'm gonna dare say that's probably not only the rapids themselves, but just on the other side. Prosperous Lake is gonna be all iced up still. The mouth of this is gonna be open, obviously, but yeah. So there's all kinds of Saskatoon berries all up in there. Give her a little shot again here to spin around. Muskrat hut down there. Yeah. That's Tartan Rapids. See you guys in a minute. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but pretty much in the middle of the screen there is a moose. I never see them in hunting season. It's always just remote tooling around the rest of the year. I just cut it down to idle speed here. I was on the step on the other side. There it goes in the bush. And the picnic tent is just right there by that bridge. So that doesn't go in and cause them any problems. Because I would honestly be more worried about moose than about bear. But they're still a gorgeous animal. I think they're pretty sick, actually. I'd love to ride a moose. If it wasn't in contravention to the Wildlife Act, yeah, I wouldn't even think about getting an ATV. I'd be getting myself a moose. But whatever. Can't do much about that. But that was pretty darn cool. That was a nice looking moose. I just got over to the other side here. There's a channel on the right side going downstream here, and if you don't catch it, you're going to be burying your prop, put it that way. At least this thing sits pretty high in the water. Well, I don't think that guy made it. Let's see. Well guys, that was a fun little trip, so yeah, keep an eye out for more. I've got a bunch of videos stored up I need to upload here before my phone fills up, so hopefully this one will be up soon, as well as some other interesting locales, we'll put it that way. Alright, till next time, we'll see you here from the Northwest Territories. Take care.